Hi guys, I wanted to show you the sunflower that I just did, and I went ahead and added some more black to the center to make it look more like a sunflower. So there's that. Today we're going to be working on embellishing the midnight garden, firefly garden. So what I'm going to start with is, well, first of all, this had silicone. So I took it and under the sink, under the faucet, wet it first, and then put your dish soap on that has a degreaser dish soap, and rub it real good all around, and then rinse it thoroughly. Do that quickly. Don't leave that water running on the painting for too long, but you can get away with, several minutes of washing your painting, and it does not harm it, obviously. So this is the, as you can see, it dried beautiful. Really pretty flowers. And so what I want to do is, can you see where the sparklies are there? The little white dots? So I'm going to take that dark blue down to that area. And there's a couple reasons for that. I'm going to paint as I talk. One of the main reasons is I want to get rid of these bigger cells up here because I want to bring this dark blue down. What it does is ground this part of the painting. So that's one reason. The other reason is my butterflies that I've cut are blue. So I want those to show up here in this area. So they will show up a lot better if that is dark blue on the background for them. So that is my reasoning with that. Also, when you're working with silicone, you can kind of see some areas where it didn't cover. There's canvas showing through. So another good reason to go in and darken in that. Give that another coat of the dark blue. And I have to kind of decide where I'm going with this. I'm going to leave some of the cells, but I am going to be going over this with a Posca pen to give, continue that little bit of sparkle up into the blue. So I'm getting rid of the bigger cells, but I'm going to go in with the white pen and add the fireflies, which will just give that little bit of white sparkle in there. So you kind of have to decide which cells you want to cover up. And that's kind of just up to you. It also makes these flowers that are up here really pop. I mean, you can already see what a difference that's made in just those two. Let's get rid of those. That one's kind of part of the flower, so I'm going to leave that one alone. And you might have to go over this a couple times, especially where the bigger cells are, just to get the coverage on them. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to do the sides also, just to have it all be uniform. Yeah, it's already making a huge difference in this piece. And don't worry about it matching up here because it will dry matched up. It'll be fine. Let's get rid of that ugly cell. And let's go down. I think I want to leave these swirlies here, although those might get covered up with a butterfly. But let's get rid of into some of those. Little baby dots there. I'm using this big old brush. I do have a smaller one here, but I don't know. I'm just choosing to use this big one. I can get in there and do the detail that I want. And I'm just kind of feathering into that, you know, those dots there. I don't want a heavy straight line into those. So just give it a little bit of a dapple into those. And you definitely want to let this dry. Before you go in with your Posca pen. But you could actually put the butterflies down while it's wet, because the skins will stick and you don't have to use any glue or anything. Okay, we're almost done. Just want to get this last final corner. That sunflower that I did, I just used a Sharpie. So I did it with a skinny Sharpie just to get my lines where I wanted them, and then I went in with a bigger Sharpie to kind of fill in those lines. So don't be afraid to paint and draw on top of your pours, your acrylic pours. You can definitely do that with markers or a paint, acrylic paint. You could do another pour on top of, or another swipe, or another balloon kiss on top of what you have. Like, let's say you liked the bottom half but not the top half. So re-pour that half you don't like. Do some more, another pour on it. And then do what you're going to do and let it dry. As long as you get most of the paint, you know, off of it, it's not going to dry with a line there. It'll be pretty smooth. Plus, if you're going to resin or varnish, you're going to get rid of that line. So I'm just finishing up. I have a really white dot down here I don't like, so I'm going to cover that up. Get some of these edges and finish up my edge here. And I think that's good for now. Okay. So I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll be back to work on the with the Posca pen to put the fireflies in, and I'm gonna talk to you about my butterflies, but I want to move this out of the way first. So I'll be right back. Okay, got that out of the way. One of the easiest ways for you to do skins on is on a pre-wrapped canvas. Just pour it right on the surface and do your swipe or whatever you're going to do and let it dry, and then you can peel it right off that plastic. So super easy way to do that. Don't have to have any really silicone mat or anything special. Just be careful too though when you're doing that there isn't any holes in that plastic so you don't ruin your canvas. Alright, so these are some skins that I've had laying around that I did from my previous pour. And so I just got out my Sharpie and I looked up pictures of butterflies. And I draw on there with the Sharpie. And then I'll show you, I'm going to cut them out. This is already one that I cut out. And I'm going to put this, I just did a mirror image of the wing. So that one's going to be like a side view butterfly. Can you see that? Yeah. So that'll be like from the side. And then I had this really pretty bloom that I did. Was really cool colors. So I cut out a beautiful butterfly out of that. And what I do when I do the butterflies is I kind of look for, you know, the veining or what would look like a butterfly wing, and then I draw that into it. And I usually do the right one first because that's my best drawing. And then when you cut that one out, then you just take it and flip it over and put it down, draw around it, or just cut around it. And that gives you the opposite wing that is a perfect match. So that's how you get them to be matched perfectly. And then you can use like pieces of that to create a body. So just look at, you know, what would make a good body. This one would probably be good going this way. So I'll just cut that little vein out there and that'll make a body for the two wings. Okay, so there's my second butterfly. So my third butterfly, I wanted it to make it look, I was watching AB Creatives. I don't know her first name, I don't think, but I love her. And she did one where it looked like the butterfly was, you know, kind of folded. So I looked at a butterfly. I look up on my phone pictures of butterflies, and that just helps me with drawing them out on here. So I did both wings on this one because the other wing was going to be so different. So let me just cut that out. Super easy. So let's get that. Try and find my lines here. And I try to go with what is there already. And don't worry about your Sharpie lines. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out as one because I'm going to put a body in it. I've got I'm going to show you my alcohol here. And the alcohol will remove the Sharpie lines. Or you can go in and what I sometimes do too is put in that black, you know, the black edge that butterflies sometimes have around the edges. And so you don't have to worry about the Sharpie line. Okay, so here is my butterfly in flight. So that's cool. Got those three. Let me see if I can go down any further on this. Nope, I think think I'm down. Oh, no, I can go down a little bit further. I just wanted to give you a better view of what they look like. So there's that one. I'm going to cut out a little body for him. And then my little side view butterfly. And he'll get a body and antenna too. Well, I don't know about antenna because they don't really show up on that Prussian blue. Oh, and that was Amsterdam Prussian blue, by the way. And then there is my one that's in flight. Okay. Kind of like he would be like folded in flight. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to show you real quick. Just have some paper towel and alcohol. And just lightly rub to get that Sharpie off of there. See, all cleaned up. Okay. All right, and then you got to let those set for a little bit because they will be a little sticky from the alcohol. All right, I think I got most of that off of there, and then this just has a little bit on it. So I've got my 3 butterflies ready to go. And I will be back with my Posca pen and some glue to put these down. Yep, see they're sticky. So that's from the alcohol, makes them sticky. So you gotta let them dry. Okay, be right back. All right. So I have my Posca pen. These are, I think, 1.8 to 2.5 millimeter. So they're kind of a medium. I bought this pack on Amazon. So P-O-S-C-A, Posca. And they're paint pens. So I just added 3 little dots in the center flower here. And then I'm just going to go and just willy-nilly where I feel like it. I'm going to add these little white dots. And these are my little fireflies. Just kind of gives the whole thing a pop to it. And I like giving those flowers a little bit of a center. When I'm doing my dots, I try to make them different sizes. And you can do them where there's already dots. Or not. Just add some to the night sky. Just simple little dots in there. And then the ones that are behind it, you know, the little dots that are in there that are more of a blue, you know, those are kind of like the fireflies that are a little bit further away. So it just gives it some depth. Depth and whimsy to it. Don't get too carried away with the white dots. You want them to add, but you don't want them to take away. So just little dots in the centers. Let's finish with our little, and you can go, you know, on top of the flowers too. Let's do a couple over here. Just wherever you think needs a little bit of pop of something. Little ones, big ones. If you just barely lightly touch with the pen, you'll get a little one. Okay, I think that's good. Like I said, I don't want to add too many because I want it to be, I don't want it to take over. So, all right, now the butterflies. I gotta go get some glue. I'll be right back. Okay, I went and got some Varathane triple thick varnish, just in a little cup here, and that's what I'm going to use to tack these down. You can use just about anything. You can use acrylic paint, you can use Mod Podge, just anything that you can paint on. We'll stick them down. And the nice thing about doing the skins is they're nice and thin, so they mold in pretty easy to what you have. Sorry if you guys can hear my washer and dryer. That's right by my studio. Okay, so just make sure you get a good coating on there. I put them down first, kind of where I think I want them, just to get an idea. And I had them down, I had the half butterfly in here, but it wasn't showing up. And I had gone around this one with some black, and that one shows up really well there. So that was that thinking. All right, so let's get this other wing down. And then I will go over this with the gloss varnish. I like the polyacrylic, or I've been using the Varathane, because the other one is polyacrylic has been hard to find. So I basically just get whatever I can get. The triple thick is kind of nice because I think it covers a little bit better. Okay. And the nice thing about using these is, you know, they dry clear, so you don't have to worry about having anything on your canvas or seeping out from underneath. So just give those a good push down. And then I just cut out a little body for the butterfly, for his middle. So I'll just stick that down. And like I said, these probably will not get antenna because, well, this one might because it'll show up, but these up here in this dark blue is not really going to show up. Okay, so there's that little butterfly. And I'll give you guys a close-up of this one when I'm finished, like I always do. What I haven't done yet, which I meant to do this time and I messed it up again, is to make stencil for all of these. That way when you go to do it again, you don't have to redraw your butterfly. You already have a stencil of it. but I didn't do that again. I'm just a glutton for punishment. Okay, so get that one down there. I think that's about where I had it. That one shows up really well because I went in and did an outline with the Sharpie around the edges. And then I just cut out a piece of, well, I did this side was actually had cells and stuff on it, but it wasn't showing up good enough in the middle there, so, and I wanted the curve to go different. So anyhow, I just flipped it over and used a Sharpie and colored it in black. And we'll just stick that down, kind of to the curve that he's kind of going in. And that just finishes him off. Makes him look like a cute little, oh, I just picked it back up again. Don't do that. Okay. They're a little sticky. They get sticky, so when you're pushing them down, just be careful. Okay, one more butterfly to go. I'm going to put this one down first, and then I can line the other one up where I want it. So this is not showing you guys really what I'm doing here. Sorry about that. So hopefully this answers some of your questions about embellishing. This one was really simple. Everything was basically already there. So just a little bit of touch up, but that little bit just makes such a huge difference. And like I said in the video, there is a video, if you haven't seen it, a video where I made this one. And this one is going to be going up in an auction. So it will be for sale there, and I will be letting you all know when that auction is going to take place. Don't know yet. Okay, and I got a little body for him, which is super skinny. So it's going to be tricky to get the varnish on there, but I did it. Okay, and just give him, again, not going to show up very much, but it'll show up a little bit. And just kind of ties him all together there. There he is. So there you go. I will pause this and I'll bring you guys down in for a close-up view so you can see them all and see what I did. And very cool. Hold on just. Okay, here we go with the close-up. Just love these sides, these edges, so pretty. And that gold, see how just putting those 3 dots in the center just really pops that flower out though? That gold and that green gold really pop. There's the little butterfly. There's my other little butterfly. Sorry about the glare, and that light is interfering. So this was just an easy swipe, balloon kiss, super simple. Just keep your composition clean, and I'll give you a view of the whole thing. So pretty. This is a 12 by 24 gallery wrap. So that's the whole thing. Oh, I want to bring you back down because I don't think I gave you a good enough view of the other 2 butterflies. This one, he is just beautiful. I love him. Got a lot of shimmer from the pigments in there. Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope you try this. Let me know if you do. I'd like to see what you come up with. try it in different colors and different butterflies and have fun with it. So I will see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.